Welcome friends, in this one, let's take a look at solving these two equations. Square root of 7y minus 10 equals y, and then the square root of 6u plus 16 equals u. Let's get going. For the first one, we will solve as follows then. It says the root of 7y minus 10 equals y. You got to get rid of the square root symbol. So what you have to do for that reason, the opposite of taking the square root is squaring. You're going to write this in other words. At first, 7y minus 10, and then you just square this side. And also square the other side. So you have to maintain balance by squaring both sides. Now, the nice thing is on the left side, because these are inverse operations, this and this basically, you can pretend that they're getting canceled, which means all that remains is 7y minus 10 is equal to y squared. Is equal to y squared. Let me try that again. Now, from here, you can get a simple quadratic equation. For example, just move the two terms from the left to the right through subtraction and addition. So because this is a positive 7y, when it goes to the other side, it becomes a negative 7y. You're going to have, in other words, y squared minus 7y. And then because this is a negative 10, on the other side, it becomes a positive 10, which means what's left on the left side now is 0. So you have the quadratic equation 0 equals y squared minus 7y plus 10. You can solve this pretty easily, so 0 is equal, and then just factor the expression on the right side. The two numbers that multiply to 10 add up to negative 7. Look at the different ways you can write the number 10. So 10 could be 10 times 1, right? But 10 plus 1, that's not equal to negative 7, so that's not the right way. Okay, so then try some kind of combination of 2 and 5. So 2 and 5 multiply to 10, but 2 plus negative, let's do it this way, 2 plus 5 this way. Those add up to positive 7, so that's not good. So that means then try something else. Negative 2 times negative 5, and then also negative 2 plus, let's see, negative 5 to give negative 7. That means negative 2 and negative 5 are the right values. So you're going to put y minus 2 and then y minus 5. That's the factored form. From here, just set each factor equal to 0. So you know what? Let me move this over here. All right, set each factor to 0. So y minus 2 is 0, or y minus 5 is 0. And solve. So here you can just add 2 to both sides. So y would be equal to positive 2. He can just add 5, so y is equal to 5. Good. And then these are the two supposed solutions. The question is, do they both work or not? Whenever you have the square root here on one side, in other words, when you have a square root equation, you have to check. So let's check. So I'm going to have the square root of 7 times 2, using 2 as our check value, minus 10. I'm going to ask, is this equal to the value of y, which is also 2? So I'm going back to the original, replacing y with 2, and checking whether the left and right sides are the same or not. Let's go to the process. This is now 14 minus 10. I'm checking, does this equal to 2? That's why I have the question mark. This is the root of 4, and I'm checking, does this equal to 2? Well, the root of 4 is 2, so 2 equals 2 is true, which means y equals 2, this value right here, this checks as an acceptable answer. Now let's also do the other one then. So let's do y equals 5 here. We're going to check with that value next. So root of 7 times 5 minus 10. And I'm asking the question, does that equal to the 5? That's what we're asking. This is 35 minus 10. Does that equal to 5? All right, that's 25 equals, does that equal to 5? Well, on the left side, the root of 25 is 5. That is equal to 5. So that means that it's true, right? In other words, y equals 5 solves the original equation. That's what it's telling us. All right, so that's good. So you've got two solutions and both are acceptable. Next example. Next one says the square root of 6u plus 16 equals u. Let's find u. Again, because you have the square root operation on the left, just do the opposite of squaring on both sides. So square root of 6u plus 16, you square this, and then also square the right side, so you have u squared. On the left side, this will cancel with this, and then you have here just 6u plus 16, and this is equal to u squared. Make this again into a quadratic equation. You're going to use the following. You're going to have a 0 left on the left side, and you're going to have u squared. Take the 6u to the right through subtraction, so minus 6u. Take the 16 to the right side through subtraction, so minus 16. So you have 0 equals u squared minus 6u minus 16. Factor on the right side. You need two numbers that multiply to negative 16. Same two numbers add up to negative 6. So again, look at the factors, the different ways of writing negative 16 as a product of two values. Let's go with 2 and 8. Well, let's see. One of them Imagine if you make the -2 here and then make that into a +8. Then it's true the product is -16, but -2 plus 8, that equals +6, which is not what we want because we want the -6. So just flip the coefficient, the negative that is. So put this as 2 times -8, and then 2 minus 8 essentially does equal to -6. So 2 and -8 are our value. So u plus 2, and then let's see, u minus 8. Good. Now just say factor to 0 and solve as usual. Let me put this off to the side somewhere here, okay? All right, let's see, u plus 2 is equal to 0, or u minus 8 is equal to 0. Solve each one, so just subtract 2, so u equals -2. Solve this one, add 8 to both sides, so u is equal to +8. Again, we cannot just say immediately that they both work in the original equation. Check with u equals -2 first. Plug it in and see. So you're going to do 6 times -2 plus 16, and we're asking, does this equal to -2? That's what the question mark is doing for us. Well, that's -12 plus 16, and we're asking, does this equal to -2? Continue. This is -12 plus 16 is +4, and we're asking, does this equal to -2? So 2, does that equal to -2? No. So that means that this value, u equals -2, it cannot be used right here. You just exclude it from the set of solutions. It doesn't work. You can check with the 8 if you like, but you will see that it does work. So when the u has the value 8, that is, you're going to have the root of 6 times 8 plus 16, and we're checking, does this equal to +8? Work through that. 6 times 8 plus 16, that's 48. Plus 16, we're checking, does this equal to +8? I meant to put an 8 up here, not a u. We're checking whether the sides are equal. All right, next one here. So go through that. It's going to give you 64. All right, does that equal to 8? Well, the root of 64 is 8. That certainly does equal to the 8 on the right side. So that means that u equals 8 is the only acceptable solution, this one right here. The u equals -2 has to be discarded. It doesn't work. It doesn't make the left and right sides of the original equation true. That is it. So please leave a like, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this is helpful, and I will see you in another video.